Hello all. In this video, we'll talk about exploratory factor analysis. Now, let us see this data. See, I am not aware of. I'm just naming it this statement. This is the questionnaire. I'm not aware of what is this factor. Okay, the same questionnaire. Okay, for me, using mobile game is fun, enjoyable. I don't know which factors this falls into. Okay, so when I am not aware of uh, the factors these statements belongs to, I use exploratory factor analysis. So how do we do that? It's very simple. Analyze dimension reduction factor. Okay. So the moment you open this, you will have statements like this. Okay. Remember, these statements should be in scale. Okay. Dimension reduction, analyze dimension reduction factor. Okay, so take all those statements. It will be in the beginning, it will be like this. So take all these statements into right. Okay, it should be actually in scale. I don't know why it is showing like this. Okay, don't worry. The first step is transferring all the variables here. Then click on descriptive. Okay, in descriptive, what you have to do, if you want to see how many mean, median, mode, etc., descriptive, you can click on descriptives. But the major thing is KMO and significance level. Okay, majorly we'll see in this only KMO barlets. Okay, others we don't require much. Then extraction, the second method. Guys, always remember, in default it will be principal components. Principal components are a different concept. When you are doing factor analysis, whether it is exploratory factor analysis or confirmatory factor analysis, you have to use principal access factoring method. Okay, please don't forget to change this. We have to use principal access factoring method, right? So you have to tick mark both unrotated factor solution and scree plot, and then click on continue. Then rotation. In the beginning, how to, we are not sure what rotation we have to do. So how do you find out rotation? So initially we have to start with the direct oblimin. Okay, that is the initial method in factor analysis. I'll tell you when to change this rotation, when to go for varimax, in what case we'll go for varimax. But in the beginning, it's better to go with direct oblimin. Okay, click continue. Scores. Okay, these are the scores. Scores you can tick mark save as variables, display, continue. Then options. Options you have to exclude case list wise. What it will do is it will exclude the missing values data, and tick mark on sorted by size, suppress small coefficient, and absolute value should be 0.45. Okay, absolute value should be 0.45. Then click on continue, then click OK. The moment the output comes, straight away go to factor correlation matrix. Okay, this one. Check whether any of the variables, I mean, there are four boxes here, right? Four columns. You have to check row wise, is there any values which are exceeding 0.35? See here, one it is there, right? Is there any value exceeding 0.32 either horizontally or vertically? No. Let us come to this second one. Is there any values which are higher than 0.32? No. So the moment you don't have any values more than 0.32, please note down, more than 0.32. I repeat, more than 0.32. Is there any correlation values of 0.32? For example, this one, compare here and here, whether you have that correlation or not. See, I repeat, you check this value. For example, compare this one towards this and this. Is there any values having lesser than, I mean, greater than 0.32? No. I repeat, it should not be greater than 0.32. Okay, it should not be greater than 0.32. Plus or minus, plus or minus. Okay, plus or minus, that depends on. So you can check here, whether these values have more than 0.32. No, none of the values have greater than 0.32. Then we have to use rotation method vary max. If it is above 0.32, okay, uh, if it is above 0.32, okay, if it is greater than 0.32, then we have to use, if these correlation among factor 1 towards row 1 column, factor 2, factor 3 and factor 4, okay, if those, any of those are having a correlation greater than, okay, having a correlation greater than plus or minus 3 2, then we have to go for oblimin, okay, oblimin method. Since here in this model none of them are greater than 0.32, all of them are less than 0.32, so we have to use a rotation method called vary max rotation. Okay, so go back to the rotation, change it to vary max and then continue, click on OK.